Hello and welcome to the conversation. You're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation web portal. And of course, no conversation will be complete without discussing the 2014 general elections. And in this conversation, we are going to keep our focus on the state of Maharashtra. It has 48 Lok Sabha seats, and exactly what is going to fan out there. To discuss that, I have with me in the studio Faraz Ahmed, senior journalist, and a host of other senior journalists will be joining us on Skype. But Faraz, I'd like to start with you. I mean, the exit polls are giving a clear, surge to the BJP Shiv Sena combined.
The exit polls are giving not only a clear surge, but they, as far as the nation is concerned, the unbelievable figures they're giving for BJP, NDA combined, whatever. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, I would say, yes, the BJP Shiv Sena should be having an edge, sure enough. But the kind of figures that the people have given, some of them 30, some 32, 35 even, it kind of doesn't gel with my understanding of Maharashtra. The advantage that BJP Shiv Sena have is essentially one, and that is the SC vote, Dalit vote, and it's a militant Dalit vote in Maharashtra, which was there until 2004 and 2004 in elections. It was there with the Congress NCP alliance. And then Ramdas Athawale also broke off, and this election, Prakash Ambedkar and Gawai, all of them, they've gone out. And they've all gone with BJP Shiv Sena. It's a very important thing. It's a substantial and very assertive and militant kind of vote, which makes a difference. And therefore, that aspect has to be taken into account, and therefore the BJP Shiv Sena clearly has an advantage. In addition to that, of course, the whole impression, people say that corruption is an issue. I'm not very sure, frankly.
Okay.
Let me tell you. I'm not very sure whether corruption is such an issue in Maharashtra. I'll tell you whether it would have made a difference. A, because at the moment we have a chief minister who has a clean image.
Yeah.
B, because there are any number of Mr. Svinesa there, thankfully, any number of BJP leaders who also have a huge baggage. So therefore, I wonder whether corruption is such an issue with anyone, anywhere in the country, leave alone Maharashtra.
Okay, I'd like to bring in senior BJP leader Vinay Sahasrabudhe into the conversation. Sir, all exit polls are giving direct advantage to the BJP Shiv Sena combined. As Faraz is saying that it is more to do with the caste arithmetic rather than issues of corruption. I mean, would you agree with that?
Well, I think corruption certainly is one of the major issues, because there have been several scandals in Maharashtra also in the past 10 years, 5 years, because the Democratic Front government is ruling for the last 15 years, and therefore the baggage is that much. At the same time, lawlessness, misgovernance, atrocities on legal sector, and basically low pace of infrastructure development are some of the key reasons. I can cite examples of Mumbai, for example, where we have been that for last maybe half a dozen years, and nothing has really moved. So the slow pace of infrastructure development, see the pace of urbanization as well in Maharashtra, more particularly, is faster than most other states, and therefore the urban life and the miseries that come along with it. People want small facilities which should be making their day-to-day lives a little comfortable, and they are not happening. You see the condition of urban transport, for example, which is simply, hopeless. And therefore, all these issues have come to, all these issues make a particular atmosphere, a climate, which is entirely adversarial for the ruling Democratic government. At the same time, people remember the performance of the BJP Shiv Sena government, especially insofar as infrastructure development and several other issues were concerned, and therefore we definitely are at advantage without any doubt.
Okay, so let's have a look at, we're getting a graphic now. We'll have a look at as to what exactly the exit polls are saying as far as Maharashtra is concerned. At last, there we have it. I mean, be it any of the agencies, all seem to be giving about almost double the seats to the BJP Shiv Sena combined. So I mean, these figures overwhelmingly in favor of the BJP Shiv Sena combined.
The exit polls have always, it's not the first time that they have gone wrong, and may not tomorrow, it may not be the last that they may go wrong. They see, the exit polls defy any logic in most of the states, and therefore I won't be surprised if they don't come true here in Maharashtra either. As I said, there is, I again insist, there is a reason for BJP Shiv Sena to do better than the NCP Congress. There is absolutely no doubt that I won't agree with Vinay ji about infrastructure and other factors, because the fact is, if he is reminded about Shiv Sena BJP, thrice they have been trounced only because of the past performance of a BJP Shiv Sena when they did rule for 5 years. There was a problem, there was all that is alleged about Congress NCP, all of it. That is why they couldn't come to power for 3 consecutive terms, and they have managed. They are surely they can do it this time, but for other reasons. Okay. And the reasons are essentially more to do with the caste arithmetic. But at the same time, let me tell you, what draws them back is also 2 major factors. One factor is, of course, that Shiv Sena has traditionally been an anti-Dalit party. Let me tell you, its past this thing has been quite anti-Dalit. A. B. There is a problem within Shiv Sena and family, larger Shiv Sena family, between Raj Thackeray and Uddhav.
Okay, I think Vanessa wants to make one. Yes, sir, go ahead, sir.
No, I just wanted to make a point that one factor which I believe we are missing in the discussion is the Narendra Modi factor. Exactly. See, this election is not about Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. It is about the Lok Sabha, and therefore the Narendra Modi effect. After all, Gujarat is very close to Maharashtra, and several Gujaratis are there, not only in Mumbai but several other places as well, and they understand how the change has really happened there in Gujarat on several fronts. And therefore, when we say politics of development, politics of performance, here is an example, here is an illustration, a concrete example right at next door. And therefore, that certainly has impacted upon. Narendra Modi also has a huge appeal in the urban and rural classes as well. And therefore, I believe that factor which need not be discounting at all.
Okay, I wonder. That factor. Let's just have a look at the graphic on the Modi factor for Maharashtra. As far as the exit polls are concerned, we'll just have a look at that and see as to whether exactly it's actually playing that big a role or not. 16% say that they voted because of Modi. 42% and 42%. I mean, 42% for BJP as a party and 42% open. I'd like to go back to Vanessa and talk about this point. So, I mean, the point that Faraz is trying to make is that, yes, I mean, Narendra Modi has been a unifying factor as far as, the BJP Shiv Sena is concerned. But what has been, the key thing this time has been the smaller alliances that you've been able to stitch together like you did in Bihar. Do you think that these smaller alliances are actually the ones which are helping you get that bigger advantage?
Yes, absolutely. Because our smaller alliance not only present a mosaic of several social groups, but also several groups along the lines of, say, the vocations. For example, the Shetkari Sangatna is with us. There is a strong group of OBCs that they are with us. And therefore, all this has certainly added to our original strength. And I believe on the basis of that, we are going to get a huge mandate in the forthcoming election, the results of which are going to be out tomorrow.
Okay, we have a lot of callers on Google Hangout who've been patiently waiting. We got senior journalist Vinita Deshmukh with us. Vinita, I mean, your take as far as, the caste combination is concerned, do you think that, Narendra Modi and his OBC status has also helped in Maharashtra?
Yeah, generally, Maharashtra is a progressive state and is always known to support the secular parties. But this time round, there have been many factors that can go against it. First is, of course, the anti-incumbency. The people in Maharashtra, in urban as well as rural areas, going beyond all castes, are absolutely angry with the scams. I mean, though corruption in general may not be an issue, but the other scam, Ajit Pawar 73,000 crore irrigation scam, the Union Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Sharad Pawar's very terrible performance, the unprecedented hailstorm and the destruction of crops, and this entire focus on caste, the way it went. I mean, like for example, in the Pune Lok Sabha constituency, there was not a single, I mean, Pune has always voted for Congress mostly, but this time there was not a single Brahmin candidate. The BJP was waiting for the Congress to give a candidate, and depending on his or her caste, BJP would give. So, and then lastly, the huge voter deletion scam. In the website of the CEO, .mah.gov or .in, they have put up the PDF pages in which nearly 1 crore voters have been deleted. And in Pune and Mumbai, there was a big furor. So I don't know, on one hand, the exit polls may be right in terms of the general mood of the public. But in the other term, I'm really afraid of what this voter deletion scam, which was 24% of them in Pune Lok Sabha constituency and about 6 lakhs in Mumbai, besides other cities, whether it is going to give a big shock or surprise.
Okay, that's we'll bring in senior journalist Mandar Parab also, who's been patiently waiting. Mandar sir, I'd like to ask you, I mean, do you agree with these exit polls, and if you do, I mean, would you actually give the BJP Shiv Sena combined like almost 30 to 35 seats? Yeah, Mandar sir, can you hear us? I think we seem to be having a problem. Okay, we'll move on to we'll move on to another senior journalist who's been patiently waiting, Mr. Aritra Bhattacharya. Aritra, your take on as far as the exit polls are concerned in Maharashtra?
There's a problem with their audio.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you about what is your take as far as the exit polls giving a lead to the BJP Shiv Sena combined in Maharashtra. Aritra sir, I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? I think we're having an issue. We'll go back to, yeah. Okay, I think we'll get the technical issue sorted. Sir, I mean, that's an important point that Vinita was trying to make as far as, Pune and Mumbai was concerned. Voter deletion, I mean, how serious is that?
No, two things she mentioned very interesting, if you notice. A, that Pune being the seat of Brahmins in Maharashtra, because neither BJP nor Shiv Sena nor Congress used to give always Kalmadi mostly, and then before that, always gave a Brahmin candidate. This time they didn't. And that has caused a lot of consternation amongst the Brahmins of Maharashtra, of Pune. That is one factor. 1 crore voters names deletion, I don't know how, if it is actually a figure of 1 crore, and I'm not sure about that, maybe she is right, she is after all there on the spot. It's possible that it was something very serious if it's happened, and surely it can have a huge impact. I don't know how bad. It can have an impact either way, frankly. Okay. There can be anger amongst the other voters to vote against the Congress candidates, because after all, Congress and CP are leading the government. Or it could work, as she says, in favor of thing by getting those people's names deleted. So it doesn't, I don't know.
I think Mandar is back.
It is a factor which has to be taken into account, yes.
Mandar sir, go ahead. Yeah, Mandar sir, can you hear us? I think uh, I think we're having some audio issue. Mandar sir, can you hear
Can
us?
you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay.
Yeah, actually, the point you were trying to make that whether
Yes, sir. Yes, Mandar sir, go ahead. No, I think we've lost him. Can we?
yeah, actually, what I was trying to tell you is, you know, the point you were making that only 30. Can you able to hear me
Yes,
now?
yes, sir. Carry on, please.
Yeah, yeah. The point I was trying to make is, you know, when they're saying 30 to 35 seats, I believe that's a right assessment what they're giving, because the kind of performance which India government had, or you know, Congress or NCP. Uh,
Yeah, I think, sir.
have
I think there's some.
in
I think we're having some audio issues.
Maharashtra is really poor.
Sir, we
And that's the reason every exit polls are showing that 30 to 35 seats will go to BJP, and that.
okay. I'd like to bring in Vinita on this. Vinita, you were trying to say something. I'm sorry, because of the audio issue, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah. No, what I was trying to say is that 1 crore, the figure is not being counted, but it has been assessed because the pages are there on the CO website. So the Pune's is 4,23,000, and so somebody needs to do a study, but approximately between 8 lakh to, it said between 80 lakh to 1 crore. The second point is, as per the intelligence, local intelligence, you know, first the BJP in Pune made a big hue and cry that there should be a re-voting for those whose names have been deleted for no fault of theirs. But suddenly they have kept quiet because the local intelligence says that Shirore, who is the BJP candidate, instead of winning, he was supposed to win by 75,000 or something, would be winning between 5,000 or 7,000 seats. So everywhere in Maharashtra, probably there would be, the margin would be very less because of this so-called voter deletion scam, which has to be invested into thoroughly. But the point is that exit polls may be still right because the Modi wave is certainly there, not only in urban areas, but believe me, in rural areas also, people are just fed up of this Congress NCP. More than corruption is the arrogance. You know, the way Ajit Pawar made a statement about urinating, you know, when there was talk of water shortage, or there are many such things where he has been forcing people in Baramati to vote for his, you know, Supriya Sure. So people are angry at this arrogance and they just want to change. And there's heavy unemployment, whether it is in rural or urban areas. So it is possible that the exit polls would be right and the margins would be thin because of this voter deletion scam. That's what I personally feel. I just want to say I'm not a political expert, though I've been a journalist since 26 years. So I'm just an observer and I may or may not be right.
Well,
Yeah.
so thin margins. Let's have a look at the issues that dominated Maharashtra in these elections, and we'll know exactly whether, you know, the Congress is really going to fare that badly. That there it is. The usual suspects are there. The top two: price rise 18%, corruption 17%, lack of development 10%, and then of course the other issues like water, women's safety, farmer issues, poverty, condition of roads. So for us, I mean, each state that, you know, we look at the issues, price rise and corruption is just, you know, hogging a chunk of it.
Price rise is an issue, no doubt. Let me tell you one thing. That it's a fact that price rise was an issue, and very interestingly, if you see today's figures, in April suddenly the prices have come down. And let me tell you, they are going to come down again some more. I could be kind of called very, you can call me a cynic, but I think it was quite well managed by the trader complement of the BJP constituency, and the Congress was completely incompetent and unable to handle that. So I think price rise, a lot of it was deliberately
Man-made.
Man-made. I remember, for instance, I'll give you the instance. The price of onion before the December Delhi elections, just one day before that, was about 40-60 rupees. It had come down by the way little. Even before the results were announced, it came down to 12 rupees in my Gulmohar Park colony. It just plummeted. So what does it mean? That it was being held back deliberately, consciously, and it is their incompetence not to have handled it. I don't know. That is one. So price rise was a factor. Corruption, what is this corruption issue?
All pervading.
Everyone is corrupt. What is this? And I want also to counter Mr. Vinay Sahasbuddhe's Modi factor. Let me tell you. I'll tell you why. I don't know. He should be remembering and you should also be remembering. Mr. Uddhav Thackeray only a few days before the polling talked about the Gujaratis not participating in Maharashtra Day. There is considerable amount of tension between the Gujaratis and Maharashtrians. Still exists because Gujaratis are exclusivists. They don't like any meat-eating people to live in their colonies. Earlier, Bal Thackeray himself had threatened that we are going to throw fish and meat pieces in the colonies of Gujaratis. They have led an exclusivist life. So I don't understand. There is a problem between Raj and Uddhav.
Yeah.
Uddhav has not been able to pick up much. There is a problem between Gujaratis and Maharashtrians. And then on top of that, you say there is a Modi factor. I don't know how does it gel. It defies logic.
Okay, I'd like to bring in Vinay sir on this, sir. I mean, yeah, the BJP Shiv Sena combined is actually, full of contradictions, as Faraz is saying. But also the point that, not just managing communities, but the fact that, there has been a bad monsoon. How do you, I mean, we are again going to face a shortage of onions, and that Maharashtra is the biggest producer of onions. So, how are we going to tackle these problems?
No, you should ask this question to, I mean, in the past, this was not handled properly by Mr. Sharad Pawar, who was presiding over the agriculture ministry. And therefore, when we come to power, we will have our own ways and means of tackling it. I mean, just take the example of agriculture produce. I mean, the way it is being handled, we don't have proper arrangement for storage or cooling plants, for example, for preserving the perishable vegetables and fruits and other things. And therefore, simple things also have not been taken care of, which is why I really would not understand. I mean, it's ridiculous to suggest that the trader community, which belongs to BJP, as Faraz was saying, has artificially created this problem. Nobody would even believe into this because nowadays prices could not be managed in this kind of a manner. I believe there are all ways and means under the control of the government of the day, and therefore it could be done. But these people do not have the commitment to deal with these issues in a very resolute manner, and therefore we are seeing this kind of a situation, which is adding to the popular anger against the DF government in the state and also the UPA at the center.
I would agree with Mr. Sahasbuddhe on so far as the fact that yes, they failed to handle the thing. Okay. There is no doubt about it. They failed to handle it properly.
I'd like to bring in...
They were not effective enough as a government.
Yeah. So how could you blame BJP for having not proper storage arrangements made for food grain? I mean, food grain was going...
I'm not on that. I'm not on that. I am on the prices of onion, and I have told you, you go back and check the figures. You go back and check the figures. If I could have come prepared with the figures, because I have both the receipts with me.
Okay, I'll check the figures and mail them to you, Vanessa. I'd like to bring in Mandar back into the conversation. Mandar, can you hear us? Mandar, can you hear us? I think there is some sort of an audio delay, but I am hoping that he'll be able to hear us. Mandar, if you can hear us, I'd like to ask you, I mean, can you hear us? Okay, okay, I think there's some video issue. We'll go back to Vinita if we can.
Yeah.
Uh, Vinita, I mean, this coalition that the BJP Shiv Sena has got together, do you actually see it gelling as a unit, or I mean, are we going to see some cracks appearing before the assembly elections due in Maharashtra?
No, I don't think so, because this time you see it is not only BJP Shiv Sena, but it is also Raju Shetty factor, who's extremely a popular leader amongst the farmer community, and he has an upper edge to Sharad Pawar as far as this popularity amongst farmers is concerned. So I don't think that there will be a rift, because BJP Shiv Sena have had a good kind of a cordial relationship, even if they have any inner discords. And like I'm telling you that this time Modi is just beyond Gujaratis and Maharashtrians. You the whole, like the NA, the RT fraternity, they are just clamoring for good governance and development. Now here in Maharashtra, after the 73,000 crore which was spent, we had not more than 1% irrigation facilities in the Maharashtra state, and that is absolutely outrageous. So it has, this corruption, the anger in corruption, maybe everybody's corrupt, but the anger at the netas, the kind of, huge lavish weddings they throw, they use for personal means, for the VIP culture, everything is angering the rural and the urban youth in Maharashtra as I see it, and especially the NCP. Like I have people telling me, saying that NCP ko to jana hai, Congress to bhi theek hai. So the point is that everybody wants governance, development, employment and price rise to be reduced. And since Modi has been a tested one for the last 15 years, and they do not see any other national leader, it is unfortunate. It's maybe Modi is not the best, but in Marathi they say Vasrat Langdi Gai Shani, means if there are a lot of cows, cow which is limping is the smartest and the best. So even if you take that factor into account, Modi is seen as that okay, look, let's change, let's just thrash this government and let's see, maybe days are better ahead.
Okay.
Now in fact,
yeah.
I would like to add the up factor. Till the end of January or first week of February, it was the AAP rage in Maharashtra, especially in the urban constituency. It is only when Arvind Kejriwal just walked out of his chief ministership, the way he had to handle the Bhartiya case, all this just has backfired on them, and the AAP leaders in Maharashtra being very myopic vision and arrogant, this again led to this Modi boom. Otherwise, believe me, that after February 15, the Modi factor became more evident in Maharashtra. Before that, it had got diluted because of the AAP factor.
Okay, I'd like to bring in Vinay sir again. I know, sir, you have to leave. Your final comments on this conversation?
No, basically, I believe like everywhere, all over the state, and the results will be out there tomorrow, and all of us will be realizing this, that the paramount factor which has impacted upon the campaign this time is the theme of good governance and development, and basically the politics of performance. See, the singular factor which has gone in favor of BJP, as what we would be able to conclude tomorrow, is that the BJP governments have been, at the end of the day, been performing better than the Congress governments, and therefore people are now, the appetite for development and good governance is much, much more than what it was some 10 years down the line. And therefore that is the factor which is relevant even in Maharashtra, and therefore I am sure Maharashtra is going to stand solidly behind Mr. Narendra Modi and the BJP Shiv Sena and the Mahayuti.
Okay, all the best to you, Vanessa. We'll wait till tomorrow. Let's see a graphic now on exactly the Prime Minister's choice as far as Maharashtra is concerned. What do the people have to say in these exit polls? And well, 42% for Narendra Modi, and the closest contender is can't say at 33%. So I think more or less we seem to be, I think the Modi factor has worked so for us. What do you think?
See, Modi factor has worked. Why and how? I'm sorry to disagree with most of my friends. There's all this development and corruption. Modi factor has worked because of the media hype. Everywhere Modi, Modi, Modi. Yeah, we are the ones who created this, the icon of development. And even though there were occasional reports showing up his development model, even though Kejriwal, and by the way, quite interesting, before Kejriwal went, the same things were being said by Truth of Gujarat and other things, they were all appearing. Nobody paid any heed. Kejriwal started speaking, there was credibility. Problem is, as I said, Congress had lost credibility with the people. As a result of which, whatever they said was never heard. Nobody bothered. They, ये तो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, ये तो corrupt हैं. Whereas in the case, and the media was building up Modi, the great man. Every speech of Narendra Modi was being carried verbatim live on every TV channel all the time throughout, much before the campaign, starting from that lady Shriram College.
Yeah, the lecture at SRC.
Everything live. That was the kind of campaign through media that has been, it has succeeded, no doubt. He has managed to sell himself as a man of development. Actually, we know what he's all about. Actually, we know how much of development has been done. But, theek hai, we have to suffer him.
Okay. We'd also like to tell our viewers that,
No, I disagree.
Yeah.
Hello, I disagree, because as per the Times of India report, Arvind Kejriwal got television time lots, hundreds times more than Modi. I'm not a Modi fan.
But Vinita, do you actually believe that?
As a journalist, it's true that Arvind Kejriwal. Pardon?
Do you actually believe that? Because Arvind Kejriwal is always asking people to donate money.
Don't you agree that every speech of Mr. Modi was carried live by all the TV channels all the time? Did you not see that?
Well, I thought even Rahul Gandhi, Arvind
No,
Kejriwal,
Rahul Gandhi ka
Narendra
kitna?
Modi.
Subah se shaam
carried
tak
live.
Modi,
Okay.
Modi.
No, Vinita, the Sanjeev here.
No, see that, like I told you, Indians have been desperate this time. Believe me, that they have gone beyond past for the simple reason, like you said, Congress lost all its credibility, and the only thing they were highlighting was this dynasty prince, and which the youngsters have gone out of that. They want good governance. Suddenly you have Priyanka being imposed on them. So Congress didn't get it right. In politics, the right thing at the right time matters, and the right thing at the wrong time is a disaster. So BJP played its cards well as far as communication was concerned, and the way they use social media. I have so many youngsters in Pune who are actually this Twitter, social media heads in Bhopal, in Indore, in Bangalore. They have left their jobs for 1 year, and they're all bright early 20s and late 20s. So BJP just got that, valid weight of communication, and Congress just thought, oh my God, the Gandhi family is there, so just a little of prop will do. So this time the Congress's method failed. Congress didn't realize it to go ahead, and I think that is going to be this debacle if the exit polls are true.
Vinita ma'am, have you calculated or computed how much of expenditure must have gone in for getting all these young boys from all over the world and devoting for more than a year? How much of expenditure would the BJP or Modi incurred? Who paid for this? How did this money come from? Where did this money
They would
come
also
from?
be freelancing for some time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously I can't
Hello, definitely that is a matter of
investigating.
Hello?
Sure enough.
Yeah,
No, definitely this is a matter of investigation. But I was the Lok Sabha candidate from the Nav Bharat Democratic Party for this election. But after 6 months, I withdrew because I realized that India's elections, the fuel is only money, money and
When
money.
you know it,
So something has to
better
change
Okay.
here if you want to have good and clean politics. Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
You know
money,
it better
money,
than I.
money. So if we're
So
talking
I
about,
believe that, but now that
okay, as we're discussing money, I'd just like to tell our viewers that, you can also make some money as far as India Post Live is concerned. We have a brand new, opinion poll for you called Hum Bole, where you can just log in and, tell us what your predictions are for the 2014 general elections. Of course, this offer is open only till tonight, as it will close sometime later in the evening. You can win big prizes, so money, money, money that we were discussing. Final word for us from you as far as, the elections are concerned. What is your take as far as the numbers are concerned, quickly?
I'll tell you what, my logic and understanding still maintains that it makes no sense for the BJP, and we'll come to the NDA also, to cross 200.
Okay, and
I
Maharashtra?
don't understand how they would cross 200, frankly.
But
And therefore, the NDA, what is the NDA? NDA is Akali Dal, which is in, by the way, from all accounts, all the reports that appeared, it was in bad shape. And Shiv Sena, but Shiv Sena is contesting much fewer seats. So,
but the Shiv Sena, the TDP.
Shiv Sena, TDP, I am sorry, it makes no sense.
Okay.
If I gave it to
Yeah.
TDP is for what? TDP is opposed to Telangana. TDP is for, its whole thing is, why was Telangana made? So it is opposed to the idea of Telangana.
But sir, we're discussing the prospects. Yeah.
That's why, please allow me. Now, BJP is for Telangana. BJP is aligning with TDP. How is TDP going to benefit from this alliance? How is BJP going to benefit from this alliance in Telangana? Anyway, BJP does not exist in Simandra.
Yeah.
It has to depend on, it has to piggyback this TDP. How is the TDP going to, it defies logic.
Okay, sir. Fine, but your final take as far as Maharashtra is concerned.
My final thing, Maharashtra is, they could definitely be more than 20-25 seats, sure.
But they have 48, so you're saying only
No,
25?
BJP Shiv Sena
Yeah.
should be able to get a good number of lead. There's no doubt, 20-25. It could even go a few more
30?
seats, up to 30.
Okay.
But beyond 30, I really don't think they can go.
Okay, Vinita, quickly, your figures for Maharashtra.
Yeah, I think BJP alliance should do well. This is out of sheer desperation for the people to get good governance, and I won't be surprised when they get between 30 to 34 seats. However, my reservations are about the voter deletion scam. So either the BJP candidates, literally come through with a very small margin, or maybe Congress NCP. There could be, I don't know. I'm very, passionate about this voter deletion scam, which I am investigating into. So that may be the spoiler. Otherwise, thanks to Raju Shetty and RPI, SS and BJP, which have all got together and they're called Mahayuti, this time there could be a different story to tell for Maharashtra, which is otherwise a progressive state. It is pro-Congress, it likes secularism, but this time it might throw up a surprise.
Okay, thank you so much, Vinita, for joining us, and Faraz, sir, thank you so much for joining us. Conversations will continue on India Post Live, and as you saw, boredom does get to you. So if you're getting bored of TV, India Post Live is the place to be. You can also follow us on Twitter or send us your feedback at @India Post Live. Thanks so much for watching, and the conversations will continue on India Post Live.